Hello, everybody. Cedric Kennedy here, CR Wrestling Commentary, and I'll be going over night 2 of the Crockett Cup. I hope y'all enjoyed the first one. It's getting a lot of views, and I can't even tell you. I'm stunned. I'm really stunned because I'm doing this after we watch it, and we can't watch it until the guy uploads it. And it's late, but I thank y'all. Really, I'm humble. I had to I had to keep from getting emotional last night. I was like, "What? These are good views. People actually are listening. I'm happy. I know nothing lasts forever, so I appreciate it when it lasts at the moment. So let's get into this. All right. Now look, I'm not going to exactly tell you how the matches went piece by piece, but I'll do normally what I do for New Japan whenever I cover that, and let you know if it's worthwhile or not. And there's only one match that just might not be worthwhile. And I see what they was going for, but I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, so this starts off with what I believe are called the quarterfinals. Final matches on either bracket. And this was the Cardonas, Mike Knox and VSK. Finally I saw the name plate, and they mentioned their names a little bit more in this. That's good. They mentioned their names a bit more. And they went against the Briscoes. And I'm gonna be honest with you. VSK is the one that concerned me because this guy, the way they do it, he's the tag partner that takes the beating, but he's also the tag partner that wins. And Mike Knox, I don't know what's going on. Have y'all? Maybe any one of you can clue me in on this, but what? Did you know they don't tag? Mike Knox and VSK, they don't tag. VSK works the whole match. Mike Knox comes in with a few brutal shots, distracts, or pretty much gets rid of one of the opponents, gets back out the ring. And I don't know if that's to not expose things about him in wrestling, or maybe maybe real life, he might have a condition where he can't do but so much. So get in, get it done, get out, relax, let everything take place, you'll be all good. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe one of y'all know, but it's not thoroughly unique. It's been done before. Abdullah the Butcher did it when he got much older and a bit heavier. So actually, he didn't even get in the ring. The opponent would throw the guy into the corner, and Abdullah would just wail on him a little bit, do some things, and then send the guy back out. But the Cardonas, their name at this time, Mike Knox and VSK, I kind of like it. So Briscoes, I mean, come on now, they the Briscoes, right? They were hype. I like how they came out looking at the cup like, oh, that's what this is. Haven't seen it before. It looks good. Yeah, we can do this. It'd be nice to have this. Because that's how they are. I love that. And honestly, VSK and Mike Knox, I would like to see them tag more. I would like to see them in more matches. I like them. What did y'all think? But as you know, we're here for spoilers, right? So the Briscoes did win. They won. Briscoes like those epic fight long matches. They can do the short ones, but they like the longer ones. Now I'm gonna say some things because I said it in the first one on night 1. I'm gonna say it after. All right, after, right before the main event, I'm gonna say what I said again. But who'd you pick to win, though? Still, who'd you pick to win it all? Because the next set, I'm like, So the Commonwealth Connection, Harry Smith and Doug Williams, and I like them both. They go against La Rebellion, and the Commonwealth Connection, they win. But Harry Smith took a major beating to his leg, to his back. Harry got decimated. Doug Williams, his arm got a little aggravated, and he took some damage. Not nearly as much as Harry. And I'm like, oh man, But they won. They beat the National Wrestling Alliance Tag Team World Champions. They beat them. They beat La Rebellion. And that's what's needed. That's beautiful. Because the Commonwealth Connection, they look like a really good tag team. They look like they gotten their stuff together. They learn what they should and shouldn't do. Practice your stuff on more mundane shows, not major tournaments. I think they figured that out. So they are a threat. Next, and like I said, Commonwealth Connection, they won, and we were stunned over here. We were stunned. So now, next, you got the National Wrestling Alliance National Championship, Jax Dane versus Anthony Mayweather, formerly known as Crimson for multitudes of years. But Anthony Mayweather, that is a marketable name. Crimson, not so much. But when you build yourself up, it adds weight to your name. So Crimson would have become that name. But Anthony Mayweather, chef's kiss. Use his real name. Just marvelous. But this match saw Anthony Mayweather take a devastating amount of punishment on his leg. He couldn't really put any weight to it. The match was old school NWA style. It was right. It was good. I mean, if you want to know what fan heat is, that's it. I enjoyed this, and I had to keep pulling myself out of being pulled in. This match was phenomenal. All right, it was phenomenal. All these matches are worth watch, but this one, Jax Dane. I got to say it. I don't like this guy, but I love this guy. I got to give it up. Look, as a fan and you love Anthony Mayweather, you want to see the good guy win, man. Jax Dane, you want to just roll up a dude's home, just roll up in his home and just whoop him up. Just get some friends and some crowbars and just say, you won't do this again. But Anthony Mayweather, he won via a wicked MMA Jujigatame. He was face down when it was applied. That means he got maximum fulcrum. And not only, because you laying on the mat, it's hard to bow back. When you're face down on their arm, your weight is on their arm, and you have the ability to bow back even further. So it was great. Jax Dane lost. He submitted. But he's in that ring just like, yeah, smirking and smiling, looking like the cat that not only ate the canary, but had time to season it. So I'm like, everyone, commentary, I'm like, what is he happy about? I guess because he hurt him. And I was like, yeah, he won. He lost the match, but he hurt him. So Crimson Anthony Mayweather got to go to the bat knowing that he got all beat up, because at the end of the match, it didn't look like Anthony Mayweather won. And then Dane goes and assaults Mayweather while he's being carried off. Now the commentator's like, he's walking on his own power. No, he won't. No, he won't. Anthony needed help from two people. Mayweather was assaulted beat down, drugged back to the ring, put into the trap between the apron and the apron banner. Dane got a hold of the turnbuckle wrench, and look, this is when modern wrestling is good. Now this won't modern wrestling, but this is when modern wrestling actually helps, because people in modern wrestling screw up all the time because they don't have proper training. The companies don't care for them to execute proper training or anything. They always want silly stuff in their matches, and people end up getting injured. Not hurt, not some pain. They get injured often. All right. So when he got that turnbuckle, that hard turnbuckle piece, and I was like, dude, no, I got a bit scared, but I was exceedingly worried. And honestly, inside, I was like, I should be able to do something. This is back in the day when the crowd somebody would have came over that railing. And I'll be honest with you, 15-year-old Cedric would have probably jumped the railing over this one. I'd be like, no, but because I'm like, he's got it and he's gonna mess up, and then when he attacked the knee, I was like, oh, okay, he did it that way. All right, whew. I thought he was going to swing for the fences, man. And Mayweather was all, he damaged that knee, and then he goes, he gets a hold of somebody. He's like, he gets the mic, and he's like, I'm cashing in. Start the match. I'm cashing in. It's like, what? Cashing in what? And he had won a tournament, and they get a title shot, and I can't remember. It's so long. That's what makes this beautiful. It was so long ago, but I can't remember if it's for the national title or any title. And he's like, I'm cashing in. So the title match begins now. Anthony Mayweather is down. He's hurt. He's broken. Jax Dane, he took a loss, but he ain't messed up. He gets him in the ring. The match is started. The fans are incensed. They are vexed. They are perturbed. They are angry. They are booing. That is proper heat. If everybody want to use inside turns and stuff, when you can do this, you good. And that's what happened. He got in, got the lariat, got the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. New NWA national champion, Jax, the Dane event, Dane. And that was, I'll be honest with you, it's not necessarily a 5-star match. I would give it 4 stars, going on an actual movie star rating system. I would give it 4 stars, but the execution and everything with it was not just 5 stars, but a chef's kiss 5 stars. Just perfect. That was just perfect. Then we get to the next match, the National Wrestling Alliance World Women's Tag Team Championship. This match was all right. This seems let's see, I think the name is Pretty Empowered, Kenzie Page and Ella Envy versus the champions, the Hex, Marty Bell, Allison Kay. This match was really good. Marty Bell has shown that over these few months after the last showing that she's learned to really work as a tag team partner. She's being trained up. She's doing good. She has drastically improved until later on in the match. And that could be fatigue. It could be a whole host of things. but they got to work on their finisher because their finisher seems nice. They just got to connect with it really well for once. Pretty empowered. I think the commentary kept getting the girls or the ladies or the women confused. I'm not sure, but either case, they were doing well. They were doing well, and at the end, it got sloppy, and they just wiped each other out. That gave the champions the ability to execute their double team finishing move, where Allison got one. I think it was Ella. No, it wasn't Ella. I think it was Kenzie Page. Got her up in the Canadian backbreaker, and then Marty's supposed to run and do something, and that's when Kay would do the slam. But it didn't work out that way. Marty ran in. She ran from one side of the ring to the other, and I guess try to forearm. Maybe try to hook the head or something. I don't know, but she just ran past her with her arm up, flying through the air a little bit. It looked weird. And well, Allison, she's got to do the thing, even if it don't look right. And speaking of that, it reminded me. Yeah, this happened also with La Rebellion. In the they had Doug up for the power bomb. Got to jump off the middle rope. Bestia says. You just got to jump off and hit the reverse lung blower. You know, but it just collapsed right there in the corner, and it was a train wreck. It looked bad. I mean, worse than the women's. You know, it was bad, but you know, recovery and you know they made the end look all right. The crowd got back into it, and that's what professionalism is, everybody. That's what professionalism is. You can mess up, but you got to work with it. You got to call the audibles and just keep going. You know, the show must go on, and that's why a lot of wrestlers are juggernauts. You know, you on the job doing what you're doing, and it don't matter what it is. A rib pop, what you gonna do? I got to go to the hospital. I got to see this. You done right there. No, in the ring, you got to keep going. So you got to keep injuring yourself. It's got to go on. So you know, that's why I have a lot of respect for professional wrestling. See, that's not why, but it's one of many reasons why. So, tag team champions, the women tag champions, they win. Sloppy finish, but they won. Next to the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance Junior Heavyweight Championship, or title, or belt, strap, you know, that gold. And I'm not a fan of fatal four ways. I like to see elimination. That'd be better. Because fatal four ways do what they all do. So this is Homicide versus Austin Aries versus Darius Lockhart versus Colby Corino. And Homicide, I mean, all of these guys are really no stranger to these matches. But this should be, I think it should have been elimination. But it you know, because all these matches, and while this match is good, the ending is actually what was best, because the match went, and you know what? Let me give it up. Let me give some credit for this. These juniors didn't do what every other junior match do. A whole bunch of meaningless, needless, high flying and tricks and stunts and whatnot. I'm glad it didn't do that. There were those things, but they were separate. They were their own, and they took it at opportune times. And I don't know, maybe if I look back, I might say, oh man, I can see he wait for it or something, but I couldn't see that at the time. And the camera angles for a lot of this stuff was bad. You know, it was good, but they would, like, Darius Lockhart dove out onto, I think it was Homicide, but you only had the back view, so you just saw ass, feet, and shoulders. And you'd see somebody's body And it looked like he speared himself. So in terms of seeing a suicida in that view, that it looked dangerous. But from the side view, you get to see how it already goes down. And I love that they had the guardrails up. Love it. Because they were needed. And you didn't see anyone trying to do stunts and tricks off the guardrails. Everything they did was something sensical or high risk to gain that advantage, put them down. So the match kept going, and then they did the one thing that happens in every multi-man or multi-team match. Ring of Honor excels at it greatly, but they do it more or less perfectly when everyone's got to hit their quote-unquote signature and or finisher back to back to back. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was complete when I saw Austin Aries put that brain buster on me. I don't care who it was on. I wouldn't care if it was on the paper towel. I love that brain buster. Okay, I'd be mad if it was a paper towel. But he hit that on Darius Lockhart, who took it well. He had to get a save. But at the end of it all, after everything, Homicide wins with the cop killer or the vertebraker. You know, or I think the original name Kadomi Valentine, I think. And he gets the win. He wins this title. It's a major title. And the reason that it's a major title is because it's in a credible company. When your company is credible, then your titles can be called major. And within that company, you have your weaker and your yada yadas and all that. But he won. It was on his birthday. So happy birthday to you, Homicide. Bleeding from the mouth. He was smiling. He showed all levels of emotion. It was Homicide was happy, and the crowd was happy. Everybody was. He deserves it, you know. And I hope that he gets to be junior champion for bottom barrel at least 6 months. Bottom barrel least. People don't like long-term champions, you know, ranging a year and whatnot. But then again, if you just change your belts frequently, then what prestige does that belt have? So you got to keep it for a while. Show great matches. Show that, you know, short matches against upstarts and whatnot, but more competitive against those who are seasoned, well-known, and have been a threat, you know? So it's all about not just who has the belt, but who the challenger is. Keep that in mind, y'all. Not for this, but just in general. Now, next, we got the match. This is the only match I was thoroughly concerned with. And no, I'm not going over the promos and interviews again because, okay, the Fixers won in one. That was not cool. You know, I want to hear Wrecking Ball. Legursky, I want to hear him talk, but okay. But this match is the one I was waiting on. I was waiting on this match. And this we'll see in this Women's World Championship. 3-way match. Kylie Rae versus the hot mess Chelsea Green versus the Brick House Camille. And since I did that, go back and say smiling Kylie Rae. Kylie Rae is maximum adorbs when she comes out. I honestly, I just want to scoop her up in my arms and hold her and be like, look at you and your little cuteness. Just watch a movie or something. You're adorable. She's just adorable. She's just maximum adorbs. Give her a big teddy bear. Send her somewhere. Let her watch her favorite TV show. Leave her alone. Just adorable. Chelsea Green. Okay, y'all might be mad at me about this, but when she came out, I was like, you know what? Damn, microphone jumped up into my neck. Had to scratch my back. Had to get my brush. Keeping it real, y'all. She came out and I was like, Her outfit is awesome. She looks so much like Britt Baker. That's all I thought. Just looks like Britt Baker. Just a little bit taller. But these two women look good. Kylie Rae slimmed down a bit. Personally, when she hadn't, she was stronger. But she's not that type of wrestler. She's not a power wrestler. You'll be a power wrestler, you got to have some weight and strength on you, like Camille, who comes out looking like a champion. Facially, posture, attire. She looks like a champion. When she gets in that ring, she stands upright, back straight, legs straight, shoulders right there, pulled back a little bit to add that little extra height. Got her neck craned just a little bit to the back to add just a little more, few more centimeters to it. Kylie, Chelsea, Camille, they had a really good match. This women's match was great. I would give it an easy, I would honestly, I'm gonna have to say 3.8 stars. That's what I would give it. That's what I would give it. It went above its regular stuff, but it wasn't epic. And the reason it's not epic, Chelsea Green doesn't, from what I watched, she can do things, but she can't wrestle. And if she can wrestle, she doesn't want to show it right now. And I think she can. She's been trained. She's fully trained. Maybe just some things you just don't want to show in certain matches, especially a three-way match. I get that. So there's a little leeway to give, maybe a lot. Kylie Rae, she can wrestle. And she showed it in this match. That's why I'm kind of like, Camille, her size, her stature, but she's still learning to wrestle. She can be fully trained. That's nothing compared to in-ring, various situations, knowing what to do and when to do it, yada, yada, yada. That's so different. You can train for 4 and 5 months on boxing, but when you get in the ring and get hit, you like that training goes out the window. That's why your corner have to force it back into you. Like, hey, do this. Listen to me. Go out there, keep your guard up, yada, yada, yada. And you can see that with Camille. You can see that she does that in this match. You can see when she gets a little sloppy and then she got to pull it back. Kylie, she stays consummate as a wrestler. But when that hair falls, she starts getting a little dangerous. That's why she's a great wrestler. She's a great wrestler. Chelsea, you can see the indie trying to burst free. And I swear Kylie and Camille kept shortchanging her when she went silly and would kind of force her to like, hey, NWA, this ain't GCW and whatnot. You can see it trying to come out and they got to rein it back into her. So the match does go on, but at the end, Camille wins with a spear that just it's her move, but it just don't look strong. And but I'm gonna tell you what was good with this one. Because of the camera angle, she came out of nowhere. Just blasted Kylie. Got the 1, 2, 3. She retained, and that's when I took a sigh of relief, because the match, the way they was doing the match at the end, it pulled me out my seat. It pulled the fans out their seat. The fans were into this. They were, and they should be, justly so. Because this match, it got better and better as it went. Kylie Rae was popping the crowd, popping me, but I didn't want her to win. Camille needs to keep this belt. When I look at the NWA women's roster, the only one that I can see that would be able to compete with Camille would be Genocide. But even then, Genocide has been kind of, I don't know if management has been doing it or she's been doing it, but been busting herself down as viable looking competition. So I don't know. So, but hey, Camille won. She retained. I could breathe easy for for then and the rest of the event because I was cool. That was my match. That's what I wanted. I wanted Camille to keep it. All right. You know, for quite a few reasons, but yeah, wanted her to keep it. Now, next, the National Wrestling Alliance Television Championship match. It's the TV title. Rodney Mack versus Tyrus, the champion. Let me tell y'all, this match was the sloppy match. Okay? They hit each other. Because I was like, I said to CJ, how does Rodney Mack wrestle? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know either. Because we watched him in SWE. He just kind of go in, maul someone down, and win. I was like, how does this dude wrestle? And then I thought about it. You know, that's the beauty of Rodney Mack. You don't know how he wrestles because he probably does various things depending upon who he's going against. Maybe y'all can clue me in because I haven't seen a lot of Rodney Mack matches. WWE, the Mac Militant. Even then I was like, I don't know what this guy does. And he won ever so often. But you look at Rodney Mack, and that man got a lot on his mind. I wouldn't wrestle him. I wouldn't. He looked like he gonna snap. Like you just be wrestling, having a nice match, and you're gonna just say, "No, not again." You're like, "What? Not again? What?" And he just jump on you, and now you got to cover up or fight back. Something. He looked like he's unstable. He'd be a good damn champion. I wouldn't be in there with him. Like, no. He gonna bite my neck out. He gonna zombie me or something. I don't know. This dude, he concerns me. But this match, it was I'm gonna tell y'all what. Now the match just went on, and they were heavy shots, covering up, lots of respect for the opening. It was good, but then at the end, it was just, I don't know, heart palm punch. Tyrus wins 1, 2, 3. I don't, because this match, you got these two dudes are big, and so you got Rodney Mack sticking and moving, using the boxing background and doing it well. Does it very well. You could tell this guy is so seasoned that if you try to do anything extra, the chefs will come in and cut your arms off. Because you can work with your nubs. You can cut your arms completely off. And then they'll duct tape your mouth because you can still shout orders to add other stuff and screw it up. Rodney Mack is just perfectly seasoned. His game is tight. All right. He's a trainer. You don't need to be trained. Whatever he needs to do extra, he can learn on his own when he feel like it. Tyrus, I would say, is still learning a little bit here and there. And in this match, it's not that you could see it. This match was, I know what this match was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a heavy hitting boxer versus giant wrestler type match. And it worked well, but how can I say this? Rodney Mack took it too lightly on Tyrus in terms of appearance. Rodney it should look like he was throwing some devastating body blows, but it looked like he was throwing those teasers, those little, let's see what you can take, little body jabs and whatnot. It should have looked like he was laying them in and hurting Tyrus. Tyrus is a big dude. Rodney Mack is a big dude, but you're trying to get the champion over, so you need to look like you're trying to, body shot and break a rib. And in truth, when you watch boxing, if you watch and you see people going to the body and hitting the body, it don't look like it's anything. But they could be busting up a rib. But it don't look like it's anything. That's, that's why pro wrestling is still really great, because they can throw the punches in a way it looks devastating and mean nothing, opposed to it looking like nothing and meaning everything, and it don't look right. It doesn't, when I say look right, it doesn't convince you that the damage is being done. And so that's what was missing. It didn't look like the damage was being done to Tyrus. So when Tyrus does go to the top rope, which he's done before in a splash, and it's over, Rodney climbs the ropes. He gets up there and he's trying to do a superplex. But the NWA rings, I don't know why they did it. They are not tight. They are like old school WWF ropes. They're like boxing ropes. I mean, there's a point where they're trying to set up and Rodney got his feet on the bottom, on the middle rope, and they sink down in the corner to the bottom rope. They are just wobbly. So Tyrus, he has to jump off the top rope, the middle and top rope best he can, and Rodney's strong. Don't think that man is medium. That man is still wrong. And he has to yank Tyrus over for the superplex. So both men, yes, cooperation, but man, Rodney had to yank him over. Superplex happens and both sell perfectly. The move just didn't look great. And I'll be honest with you, I think if they hit this move well, that ring is breaking. That's a beautiful old school NWA ring that has the give that don't hurt. Beautiful. And that superplex, Tyrus sold it perfectly. Perfect sell on that. He just crumpled and laid on his side. Rodney was all hurt up from it. Perfect. Matter of fact, see, that brings it back to what I wanted to say about the women's match. Hey, look, if you're a wrestler, if you are a training wrestler, or you are going to start having matches, or you're going to start having these three-way matches, just listen. If you are in these multitude matches or anything tag match, and it's going to be someone giving the superplex, okay, off the middle or top rope to someone, and you are the one that's going to get the one doing the suplexing, and when they do the suplex, you powerbomb that person, don't fall out. You just had enough energy to run over there real quick, set it up, wait, and then powerbomb them, and now you fall back like you hurt. No, you are fine. Your promoter should tell you, or whoever's agenting or booking should say, get your ass up and cover somebody, or tag, or whatever happens in the match. But you can't fall back and be like, oh man, I just took a major bump. No, you look stupid. Stop that. Everyone needs to stop it. Stop that. You just powerbomb somebody. That'd be like Wardlow giving 4 powerbombs and falling out like, I can't believe that happened. Just think about that, all right? So, tangent over. So that's what Tyrus and he was going for, because Tyrus rolled over, Mac was getting up, quick heart punch, done. And it fell flat. The crowd was like, weren't we still building? And I'm like, wasn't something supposed to happen? But that was the finish. That's how it was supposed to go. Maybe somebody got hurt and they had to shorten it quick. Good pro wrestling, you won't know until a few weeks to a month later. Since, social media, and people do want to know. Like I said, Tyrus, personally, I don't care about this dude, period. I don't like any of his views, politically and whatnot, and religiously. I just don't. But as a professional wrestler, I love this guy. And that's why I rather only think about people as professional wrestlers, so I can see them as I need to see them. All right. Now, we get to the final stages of this. David Crockett and the Pope, they join Joe Galli on commentary. Now it's time for the Crockett Cup Finals. Who'd you pick to win? Now, the Commonwealth Connection come out. They've had a long rest. They are versing the Briscoes. That's who they're pitted against. And they've had a long rest. This is how you do tournaments. I get it, but I think this should have been the main event. This should have superseded the world heavyweight title match, because the Crockett Cup is in the name. It's in the moment. It's there. It should supersede all of that. But that's just how I do mine, you know. I'm not going to spend these hours and days on tag team and then say y'all take a back seat to singles. I'm not going to do that, you know. But I get what they're doing. I'm not against it like that. You know, oh no, I can't believe you. No, I'm just letting you know how I would run it. But this tag team match, can I say this? If you want to go on everything needed, this right here, I would just put it at a 4-star match. It's lacking a few things to make it 5-star. Everybody was beautiful in this match. You know, this is a worthwhile match. It really is. A lot of people give it 5 stars. You know, Dave Meltzer, he would probably give it 4.5 because there wasn't a move named after him and it's not a bunch of flips. Yes, I'm taking shots. Y'all can be mad at me, but I mean, when Dave Meltzer was about professional wrestling, you know. But hey, it is what it is. People change, sometimes for the good, sometimes for the better, and usually for the money or just validation. So I'm not gonna dig into this match because it was a Briscoes match. The Commonwealth Connection, they're fighting from underneath. They're the ones that are hurt. They're the ones that are messed up. So they're fighting back. They're showing that the whole time. And they do a great job. They're back and forth. They're battling. They're showing that heart. The Briscoes showing that heart. Jay Briscoe, I know he's got the best boot kick in the business, and for me the funniest, because he throws that boot kick and it looked like his foot just says, I'm gonna do a boot kick and I'm gonna drag you across the ring behind me, just hope it look all right. Like his foot just has a mind of its own. Them boys, they won after an epic level of wrestling. That's what I had to write. The Briscoes win after epic level of wrestling. This match, if you rate it 4 stars or 5 stars or 7 or 8 or 10 stars, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The Commonwealth Connection, I want them to stay a tag team. They probably aren't, but I want them to stay a tag team. They were beautiful in that ring. Beautiful. You know, the Briscoes win. They won the Crockett Cup. And look, like I said before, they got screwed a couple of years ago. It didn't look right. It didn't settle right in no one's eyes. So I think this was just saying, hey, we owe you. Here you go. And besides, you've got a decorated, bona fide tag team going against a makeshift tag team, despite Doug Williams having like a decorated general in wrestling, versus Harry Smith, who has done some great things, but hasn't gotten there yet. You know, he hasn't gotten there yet. So it would make sense for the Briscoes to win. It just does. And congratulations to the Briscoes. Congratulations to all the winners tonight, except one. So the next match the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight title match. Nick Aldis versus Matt Cardona. And because look, he's the garbage can lid. The garbage can, like, if someone serves you a beautiful 5-star dinner on a garbage can lid, would you eat it? Really? And every time you look around, people are eating off garbage can lids. Would you really join in or just say, I'm not doing this mess? That's where Cardona is. Because I think he was in WWE, but I don't watch WWE. I just don't. And then when I do see him again, it's GCW, and he's doing all the gimmick stuff. Then he shows up in NWA, and then in the NWA, he's talking like a WWE idiot. You need the pyro, you need this and that. And I know it's, winking, nods, and jokes and whatnot. But for me, it just comes across as an idiot. And he defeats Trevor Murdoch. I didn't see that match. Didn't even know when that match happened. But he defeats him. Trevor is concussed. Nick Aldis steps up. Trevor has issues with that. Awesome promo by him. He's turning super heel, or the anti-hero. We'll see what happens with Murdoch. I've been concerned that Murdoch retired or he quit, but tonight showed that no, he's still here. He's still doing his thing. Get special guest referee. Yep. JEFFJARRETT. Jeff Jarrett. Never forget it, right? Never forget it. And to be as old as he is, he looked good. And he wrestled on GCW. GCW has a magic that if they took advantage of it, they would be the top wrestling company in the nation. Period. If they took advantage of it, they'd be top-notch company. And they'd be a fool to deny it, but they will never do it. They can't do it. So, okay, what that is if they literally went old school NWA roughhouse style, professional wrestling, keeping it rough, kill a lot of that garbage crap, and reserve that for big matches only, they'd be all right. But they wouldn't do it right. It's just people hurting each other and gigging themselves up. But GCW would be right there above all these companies if they switched to that. Just saying. So this title match, it was funny. It was good. Aldis being Aldis, he's great. You can't take anything away from Nick Aldis. He's great. Matt Cardona, that man can wrestle. He's good. I don't see him as world champion. I don't know why NWA would do that. Well, no, I can see, because if you got a great heel and they're champion, you can't wait for someone to take it off of that heel. It needs to be an amazing baby face. So I see why he's got it. I see. Cardona, everyone hates him. They hate him. So him having it, all right, I see. So this match, Jeff Jarrett calls it right. He does the right thing. It's all good, I'll be honest with you, Jeff Jarrett was cheating for Nick Aldis. There were points where Matt Cardona was getting to the ropes to get out the figure 4. Jeff Jarrett's kicking the rope out the way, and then he gets a hold of it. He kick his hand out the way. He will not let Cardona cheat. He is calling everything because Jeff Jarrett knows what cheating is. Not like how he opened up the match. You guys know the damn rules. I talked to both of you in the back. Yada yada yada. He turns his back to get the belt out. Cardona rushes Aldis, and the fight is on. Other slight hijinks ensue. You gets up to the point where I just mentioned about the figure 4. Then the run-ins happened. I was kind of like, this is almost like the Horseman stuff, you know? Knox and let me see, I got to scroll up. On my Word document, Microsoft Word. VSK, yeah, they come in, and who else? Chelsea, she comes in, and I'm like, this reminds me of Horseman days. We'll just have to see how this work out. That's what I thought when they came in. This reminds me of Horseman days, protecting Ric Flair. So they come in, and for Nick Aldis, right now I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. But I cannot. I know his wife came in. Damn, I'm sorry everybody, but whoever came in, they fought off. You know, they fought off, and then from behind, Chelsea Green gets a good low blow on Jeff Jarrett, and he's just messed up. He slowly crumples to the corner. No, he's standing there. He's just standing there, and oh my God, I can't remember her name. I'm too busy looking at the screen in front of me, and it's my daughter's screen. Mickey James. Okay, I can sleep at night. She comes in, gets rid of Chelsea, and is just jaw jacking and you know, trying to get Aldis back into it. Jarrett gets up. Well, no, he turns around. He sees her. Now, he took a low blow. He turns around, sees her. Cardona runs in as Mickey leaves the ring. Aldis stops him, drops him, takes his clover leaf. He's got a minute. And tapping ensues. The bell rings. New champion. Jarrett's like, no. Via disqualification, and still NWA World Champion Matt Cardona. Nick Aldis is like, what? Mickey James is trying to explain. Chelsea is next to Jarrett. Like, the look and smile on her face I have seen from quite a few people when I was in high school when they have done wrong and got away with it. I have seen that look. It was perfect. It was perfect. And when I'm talking about when that look, I've mainly seen it on dudes. I've never seen women in high school with that look. Just dudes with that same facial expression. So Chelsea did that up right. It got me pissed. And Cardona keeps the belt. I am, how can I say this? You know, this is when I'm a contrarian right here. I'm mad that he kept the belt. I don't want Cardona to have the belt. Garbage can lid. It's going to take some time for me to see that garbage can lid was actually sterile. And there was no germs, bacteria, virus, anything on it. It was absolutely sterile with that steak dinner. It's going to take some time. I'm sure he's going to screw it up. It's going to take some time. But I didn't want Nick Aldis to win either, because if he won, I'd be like, yeah, give it back to him. Yeah, why not? He lost it to Trevor. Trevor don't have it. Now he's just going to get it back. He's going to give it back to him because it's Nick Aldis. But he didn't win. So I'm glad that Nick Aldis didn't win. But yet I didn't want Cardona to keep it. That's where I am personally. Business-wise, Cardona keeping it, right choice. Now he can further things and see what Trevor Murdoch is going to do and how he's going to go about things. So, personal, business, always two different things. Just keep that in mind. You know what you do personally? What would you do if it was business? Think about that when you're watching wrestling and whatnot. So, that's going to cover the NWA Ring of Honor Crockett Cup Night 2. Almost went an hour this time because I went into more detail and gave more things and thoughts. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Hey, I'm gonna get up out of here and get this name change and upload it to YouTube. So with that, it's been Cedric Kennedy, CR Wrestling Commentary, the Crockett Cup Night 2. Y'all take care of each other. Mask up, glove up, wash up, not in that order. But make sure you get it done. Protect yourself, your families and friends and whatnot. And see you next time.